This morning I heard the Lord say, "It may look small, but it is birthing a monumental movement." The Lord showed me that He is speaking to many right now about new assignments and new pathways. He is speaking about new directions and new blueprints and the leading of His Spirit into ways that look completely different, and the way has never been done before. It's a pioneering trial. The Lord continued to speak. My precious ones, I want you to pay attention to the small things that I am asking you to do. Do not overlook the small, because it may look like a small beginning, but what I am having you do, the way I am having you walk, the new strategy I'm speaking to you in the smallest of details are going to be places where you will see the birthing a monumental movement. I began to see these seeds that the Lord is leading many to sow that look or may seem insignificant into the ground, are actually containing the very heart and blueprint of God that is going to bring explosive movement. As I saw this, I was struck by how important it is right now to pay attention to the small things the Lord is asking you to sow and you to do. Do not overlook the small things. Do not look at or despise the day of small beginnings, for there is an explosive move of God that is about to come forth out of the smallest of places. The Lord's voice then thundered over these ones. It is an unexpected move of my Spirit and container of my glory. Some of the most explosive demonstrations of my power and moves of my Spirit are going to be seen in what may seem insignificant, or in the smallest of spaces and places. I felt at that moment that the Lord was bringing a paradigm shift for many, that what looks small or insignificant absolutely does not mean it is without power. The Spirit of God is going to explode and reveal His glory in some of the most humblest of places, the most unexpected places, and in what may seem to some, the mundane. I heard His roar so loudly, I am birthing a movement in the mundane. Mundane means ordinary or not interesting, according to the Cambridge Dictionary, and I saw fire falling on lives where they feel like they are living in the mundane, day-to-day ordinary, and not interesting compared to what some others are doing in the world. As His fire fell upon them, I heard Him speak, "You were not created for ordinary, you were created for extraordinary," and I saw a greater awakening taking places in the hearts and lives of these ones to see the depth of what the Lord is inviting them to partner in with Him, in what seems mundane. I saw fire falling on mothers raising their kids. I saw fire falling on people going to the same job 9 to 5 p.m. I saw fire falling on people feeling like they are caught in the ho-hum of life, and suddenly their eyes and hearts were completely changed in this encounter by His perspective, and they began to see the movement of His Spirit that He was birthing with such an increase of ferocity of His fire and love in their midst. The Lord then began to show me that there are some that have heard the Lord tell them to do one thing that seems small, but that one step of obedience is launching them into global impact for the kingdom and for the name of Jesus. Yes, this is the hour where God is calling His people to do big things with Him like never before, but I felt the Lord wanting to encourage His people that it is from small things that big things grow. So do not discount or overlook that next step, and don't discount it because it's small. It's the platform and trajectory for many for global impact. It's that one decision and one step of faith and obedience that is going to change everything. I also saw for some that the Lord is having them tweak some things. Don't overlook the small tweaking, for the small tweaking is making room and paving the way for an increase of His glory and presence. The last thing the Lord showed me is that there are many that are feeling a wrestling in their spirit about a change of direction. There is something in your spirit right now that just will not leave you. No matter what you do or which way you go, you always come back to this one thing. But I saw that the enemy has come with such intimidation and condemnation, and is roaring at you, "It isn't God." But I heard the Lord say, the enemy's roar may be loud, but as they give themselves over to this direction and abandon themselves wholeheartedly to me and surrender in this way, they are going to be positioned for the roar of the Lion of Judah flooding through their lives. This shift and change need to take place to make room for the container of my glory. Yes, it feels like you are doing what may not be the popular way, or even what is expected of you, but it is my way, and you are trailblazing. Do not live in fear of man or wait for the applause of man to obey me, Step out and follow my spirit leading you to swim upstream, and watch the movement that will be birthed. A movement of multiple births. This change of direction is the position for a movement of multiple births and the greatest tipping point of your life, thus far.